Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Sea Stories podcast. What are sea stories? Sea stories are tall tales generally told among sailors, and we like to pay homage to those old sailors by telling our own sea stories. With me are former United States Navy sailors as well, and we like to tell our sea stories over a couple of brews just to pay homage to those old salts. My name is Adam. I'm a 10-year Navy veteran, and today I am drinking from Dystopian State Brewing Company out of Tacoma, Washington. The Hilo Fant. I don't know if you guys could see, really cool robot design.
Yeah, it's sweet.
5% ABV, and as always, we'll review our beers at the end of the show. Andy, dude, how's it going? We missed you last episode. How are you, and what are you drinking today?
I'm good, Adam. Yeah, sorry, I was TAD on the last episode. Sometimes you got to do some late work or whatever in the IT world when people aren't working. But
This is
yeah,
our hobby, people. We do this
I,
for fun.
I quit my job 2 years ago.
Oh shit!
Cashing all these
How's that
checks
going?
one penny at a time. uh, Anyways, I'm drinking Yingling Golden Pills, and yeah, it's good to be back in the saddle. Drew, how are you? How are you doing, man?
Yo, I'm doing all right. I'm actually drinking water. I thought we were rating our beards. So I fucked that up. No, but I'm drinking it out of a really cool Navy Tervis.
That is
That
pretty
my
sweet.
wife gifted me, so that's pretty sweet. I am feeling a little under the weather though, but I'm gonna power through it. So pardon my snot nose if that does come up. So Joe, what's up, man? How are you doing? What you drinking? What you doing?
Feeling good, brother. Man, just saw you guys last week. Feels good to, do 2 weeks in a row. I'm
Yeah.
liking that. I'm liking that. Just keep striking while the iron's hot, dude. And when you don't have anything to do a lot of times, this is a real good time filler. But back to the beer thing. I'm drinking a Yingling Hershey chocolate porter. I guess some might say it's the most Pennsylvania thing you could ever do. I'm not even from Pennsylvania, but I'm just, you got Yingling and Hershey's. But I'm not going to go too much into the details about it because I think that our buddy Josh probably wants to really scrape off some of
The details
information.
there.
He gets you.
Well, I
all
just
of
had
it.
one small thing that we noticed prior to actually recording that Joe's drinking a Yingling that says it's made there in Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
No, mine says the
mine.
same thing yours does.
Yeah, mine says something about looks like it's brewed in Tampa, Florida, and distributed out of Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know. Something strange. We'll see what it tastes like. I haven't cracked mine open yet, so I was kind of letting it warm up a little bit, but I'm excited.
I hear a TV in the background. But anyways, just a little backstory. We did have a guest lined up today. She was from Pennsylvania, hence why we have all the Yingling beers. Had to cancel at the last minute. Totally fine. But like we do in the Navy, we adapt and overcome. Joe was leaving at an inopportune time. I was gonna explain what was going on in the episode, so I'll just wait for him to go back. But since I have you, how were the
back off of last week, since you guys were talking about Guinness and the temperature being served.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Fact check Andy is here.
Oddly enough, it was so funny because Well, I do believe they serve it a little bit warmer in Europe and everything else like that. But like, I remember specifically one time at a bar, my buddy was like, thought he was like totally nursing his Guinness. And he's like, no, man, like, I'm just kind of warming it up because like, if you let Guinness warm up to like, I think it's like 50, 60 degrees kind of thing where it's still like cool, but it's kind of like warm, like it has a totally new like flavor palette, so to speak. Like it really kind of like comes alive, if it were, which is quite interesting. So,
Since we're talking about the last episode, what did you think about the lieutenant commander bit? Because inside, I was raging inside. I was so.
It was so funny because like that's a thing that happens like not just on our podcast, but it'll happen like podcasts and stuff in general. There's like you're all sitting there and it seems like everybody's paying attention, but somehow like you tune out at the wrong second and they're like, yeah, who was that guy? I just said it 30 seconds ago. Where were you? You know. Yeah, good old Lieutenant Commander St. Peter. Which I dropped some knowledge, on his lineage or career there on the Facebook post. So, scroll over to our Facebook page and check out that.
Yeah, you'll see his. Good plug.
Yeah.
Remember when you broke those drums in Bahrain?
Yeah. Yeah, totally ruined my chances to get up on stage there. But then I got to play in Sicily there for a minute, like at 4 p.m. when nobody's in the bar, but who cares? You guys thought it was cool, and so did I.
So real quick, it's the Christmas season. Happy holidays, everybody. By the end of the episode, I kind of want you guys to see if you could answer this question. If you were in the Navy today, what taking whatever is making your life great currently, you're in the Navy today, what would you ask Santa for Christmas to make your Navy life better? I'm interested if you guys could answer that question by the end of the episode. Give these guys
applied toilet paper.
But today I was perusing the Navy subreddit and I pulled a couple of topics for us to talk about. The point is not directly to answer the questions or the topics that I pulled, but it's also it's more to discuss like the type of shit the military people are going through, the type of things they're thinking about, stuff like that. So Andy, I wrote a list of topics or a list of subjects. Would you pick one for us?
Let's go 22-0.
22-0. I love this one.
Curious. I don't know what that exactly means, but it seems like a good place to start.
I'm just sharing my screen. You want to read the headline?
Yeah, U.S. Navy brags in game day video. A destroyer is 22-0 against the missiles and other threats Iran-backed rebels are throwing around.
So,
got a sweet ass picture of Sea Whiz.
Yeah,
giving the bird.
So a quick background. During the Army Navy game, the Navy put out a tweet on X or a post on X. It was a cool video. Basically, it was like a Go Navy video, but they're proclaiming that up to that point, the Carney shot down 22 missiles without injury or harm to anything.
Well, I guess between the car, I feel like the Mason's also been in. Is it the thing between the Carney and the Mason? I guess.
Yeah.
Mason's been getting a lot of attention lately.
But do you guys want to see the video really quickly?
I've seen
Yeah,
it.
I didn't see it.
Let's do it.
Interesting that they went with that post, but the uniform was submarine warfare. So I don't, maybe that's why we lost the game. I guess. No problem.
All right, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
I'm the commanding officer of USS Carney, Commander Jeremy D. Robertson. Midshipman, are you ready to get in the fight?
Let's start off with initial reaction to the video. Andy?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I guess I mischaracterized the picture from the tweet. I thought it was was,
Oh.
rain and hellfire, but it was standard missile engagement.
Yep.
But Sea Whiz is prominently pictured there, so not totally wrong. Cool little rally. The troops kind of trying to set the tone, as sure as you would say.
Joe, what's your reaction?
Just join the small navy, small boy navy. Like, I mean, as I was watching that, I'm looking around, I was like, oh yeah, I recognize the spaces and stuff.
Did you get?
Top.
I got a little like excited.
Yes.
This.
Probably because I've got the insider information, like being on a ship.
Yeah.
And like seeing that, being like, oh, was there, dude? Oh, like that meme with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
From Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. If there's anybody listening that gives a shit about joining the Navy or whatever, or is thinking about it, do whatever you can to get in the small Navy. Stay off those carriers. I mean, they need a lot of people, but do what you can.
Yeah, doesn't have to be you.
You don't have to be part of that. You can join the small Navy where it's a little more personable.
Drew.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Like, I think like that would have totally been us, like doing that, and midshipmen, great job and all, but let's be honest, like, the enlisted guys are the ones making that happen. They're the ones shooting those missiles off, pushing the button. So, yeah, I thought it was really cool though, man. And it does excite me as well, dude. Totally boned up about that video. And just knowing that, those people, those FCs on there that are doing that are kings of that ship, right? They
right now, yeah. Right now they're walking around
stacking awards. Save it 22 times.
Advancement.
Josh,
damn it.
What's your reaction?
All right, so yeah, I agree with everybody, but I think it was a pseudo recruiting video. The military's hurting for recruits these days. And the Navy's kicking ass over there in the Red Sea. I mean, how awesome is that? Be like, hey man, this is what we do over here. We blow shit up. So that's pretty awesome. I always try to keep track of that stuff going on over there and brag about it. What was the weird look, Joe?
Oh, I'm just trying. I'm looking at something completely different. I'm looking.
Oh, okay. I was like,
reaction to
what
something
did I say
else.
to deserve that reaction?
Paying attention. Good.
So,
but yeah, I think it was an undercover recruiting video. What is the Navy now? What is it? The recruiting. What's their slogan now? Sail this.
Oh, I couldn't even tell you.
Sail the seas or surge the seas or.
Come on down. We fucking need you.
Yeah.
I have to look it up.
We don't care. Neck tattoos? Come on in.
We don't care. Anyways, that's what I think it was. I think it was a cool video to to highlight the Navy, but I think it was also used as a recruiting feature too, for sure. I bet you the recruiting. I'd like to look at the statistics to see if the recruiting numbers went up after that video.
I would say that it did not, because I don't know who the hell would watch that game. It was terrible.
Well,
Yeah, also,
we
like,
didn't beat,
yeah.
we didn't win, unfortunately. So
I don't think there
Insider,
were
like
any
promo
winners.
kind of thing. So it's just like, yeah,
Well, let me bring it back really quick, and I want to offer some opinions, and I'm curious as to what you guys think. So when we were enlisted, we were deep into our entire naval career. We were in a war, OIF, OEF. You could tell, you could walk around, everybody, for however you want to involved you were into the Navy. I'll just for this opinion is we were battle hardened. You could go to any one of your shipmates, and they've been through the deployments and etc. And then for the last couple of years, even now, we're currently not in any sort of conflict or war. So the Carney is out there just patrolling right now, and right now the Carney and the other ships are the only ones that are experiencing this type of, for lack of a better term, warfare. So right now, these guys are getting all the experience. These guys are going to be the hot, sailors in the fleet right now, because they have all the experience. They know what it's like. The expertise, their knowledge level is just going through the roof right now. Like, those guys are setting the standard right now. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, there's no better substitute for like practical application of like your job and duties and everything, and like really seeing how it all comes together when like shit gets thick, and then also kind of like that, like all the drilling and all the other like ridiculous shit that feels like so,
Mundane,
outlandish or whatever else, like crazy combat, scenarios and stuff like that you would run. Like, they're 22-0. Like,
yeah, it makes it worth
like,
it.
you think,
Does
like,
it make it worth it now?
yeah, well, it makes it like believable too.
Yeah.
Like, we play like the mass casualty GQ, and we take like 3 or 4 missile hits and everything else like that. Well, they've been shot at least 22 times. Like, this is a viable scenario. It's not just some cooked up worst case, throw the kitchen sink at somebody kind of thing. Like, if you can handle this, then everything else will be a cakewalk kind of thing. It's there's some truth into it. So like, I think that also says a lot, and like kind of helps you.
It's also a testament. It's also a testament to like these guys like basically rolled out of bed and just started fucking tearing shit up.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't. I don't think this was expected or planned or anything. But here they are, fucking rolled out there and just fire controlmen just started executing missions.
I don't want to speak out of turn, but I do want to say this. I think it's just a testament to that Aegis weapon system.
Yeah.
And I think that, Adam, you're not very familiar with that. That thing is scary, cool, and scary. It's capable of some crazy stuff. I still to this day cannot believe that anybody would have any inkling if it wanted to attack a cruiser. I mean, a destroyer would be just out of their mind. The capabilities that we have there on that one little ship is just astonishing.
Yeah, plus it's like,
but what I was
Aegis too now at this point.
And I'm not saying that these sailors aren't going above and beyond, or they aren't good sailors, but I just think it's a testament to that weapon system. It truly is. I don't remember doing anything like special other than doing my regular duties at the console when important things happened. You know what I mean? Like, so I think this is a testament to that weapon system. I think it's just like it's insane. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
Drew, Joe. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with your statement, Adam. I mean, I think that, these sailors are, they're getting the experience and they're going to be setting the standards. I think at this point, it's probably like, oh, another day, we're shooting down a missile.
Yeah.
Like that's their knowledge, their experience is going to be top notch. And in the off chance that anyone on that ship ever is hearing our podcast, hit us up on Facebook and, I'm sure we can send you something cool to represent, man. But we're proud of you and, and the ship, man. We're super stoked about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be the first to tell you, man. I bitched my friggin' ass off on that ship during everything. So did you and you and you and you. And anybody listening, you guys all bitch too. Don't act like you were just, eager to head hard charge. Now, we ran all those things for, those scenarios and this, that, and the other thing. And after a while, it all just becomes, autonomous action. You just hit the buttons and you do the things. And then, occasionally there might be some big wig or whatever on the ship that wants to watch you guys do an evolution or a live fire or something, and the nerves are there, obviously, because, people are breathing down your neck. But I mean, these guys' nerves of steel, dude. Good work on everybody, not just the Aegis folks there. I mean, the Seaways itself, they have plenty of technicians too that do the work, So I mean, good work. Because I know I'll be like, I'll be the first to tell you, man, I bitched about all those evolutions, all the practicing, all the this, that, and the other thing, and finally this, I guess, see like the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
Not such a bad deal, and
I think a lot of it was just the FCS. I mean, it's just like a tiny portion of the fire control problem. Like,
oh, there's other stuff to do there to just sit there at FCS, but
it was just illuminating the target. That's all you did. Is just illuminate
there's a button, and there's
target.
also a cover on that button.
It was just like
flipped up.
a glorified flashlight. That's all it was.
Well, you guys are here. This very FCS. I did things, man. I had to talk on the net.
Last question.
Follow the script.
Last question. After their first, successful mission, what do you think they had for dinner?
Oh,
The big
Pizza, man.
Pizza and wings.
Pizza and wings. Yeah, pizza.
Ice cream. The whole.
I
Nice
would be
night, right?
very
Fired up.
curious. If somebody could reach out and tell us, I would at least like to know what you had for dinner.
After
And did you fly the
After the
battle
first
flag?
time, 'cause
I
then
guess
it,
they
like,
didn't have time to fly the battle flag, though, did they?
No, because
No,
it wasn't
yeah.
planned. It's all like reactive.
Right. But still, it had to be
Probably
a
after the-
celebratory dinner for sure.
Yeah.
Breakfast or whatever time. What time was it? Did you might catch a time of what had happened?
Well,
Over
it's been
there?
a couple different days. I mean, like,
I don't know, but I know when the cook shot the tomahawks, they had pizza and wings like at midnight or whatever it was.
yeah, it was mid-rats.
Drew, you want to pick the next?
Yeah, I'm curious about two of them here. The last two I'm looking at. I'm gonna go with Snooze.
Drew, you want to read that?
If you set a bunch of alarms in the morning and keep snoozing them, I hope you hit your shin on a pallet jack.
So, like I said, this is straight from Navy subreddit. And I picked this topic because I want to talk about like just being a human being, and and just having some like a sense of like awareness, like. But I'll start off like, how would you guys handle this situation, Joe?
Well, in the aisle that I resided in, it would have happened maybe once, and I'm and I would almost say that extends across to the other aisles. Nobody's putting up with that.
Yeah.
Nobody. There are those people that do that.
Yeah.
My alarm clock was like probably as big as it was. It was just a little tiny. It could fit in my hand, and it made it just. It was just a little bit probably louder than like like a digital watch or something. And then you would have some fuckhead that would come in there with like a Looney Tunes style alarm clock, like like something attached to like a stick of dynamite, and just bring it. Like, what are you doing, dude? You know better than this. Like, and the guy's got 3 stripes on his arms. Like, bro, you've been here for a long time. You know that this isn't what we're supposed to be doing here, pal. Oh, I can't sleep. I can't wake up on time. No. Yeah, stop with. You don't snooze. You save that shit for your house.
Yeah.
You want to snooze? Do it at home. This isn't a friggin' picnic out here.
What are we talking about in regards to birthing in the Navy? Are we just talking, hey, you get 1 snooze, 2 snoozes?
No snoozes.
No snoozes.
You're an adult, and there's a bunch of adults around you that really want to get some sleep.
Yeah.
You know? So unfortunately,
but I mean, like, yeah, it's one is acceptable.
I guess. I mean, I don't. I don't even. I would bang on. If I lived in an apartment, I'd bang on the wall of the apartment if the guy snoozed like more than once.
Yeah, I think it's more like when we're talking about snoozing, like it's less, I think, for the morning and more for like if you have a watch that you need to get up for like in the middle of the night, right? Like, first of all, you need to get someone to wake your ass
Wake up call.
You need a wake up call. If you need to wake up at 2 a.m, you do not use your alarm. And if you do use your alarm, if you snooze, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
You will get your ass hemmed up. You will get your alarm clock smashed to shit. It'll go missing. It'll go over the
missing
side
for
of the
sure.
ship. No one will ever find that fucker again. Ever.
Actually, that's right. More passive aggressive, I think, is what would happen. Like if you don't pick up, you've lost 2 alarm clocks in the past month. Then you're just like,
you're never gonna do the right thing.
you're a lost cause, man.
Andy or Josh, you got any?
I mean, everybody's been in a birthing aisle or something, or close proximity enough that we've, encountered that guy that, can't get up, or they like purposely set their alarm.
People that can't wake up,
or they set their alarm for like 30 minutes before they need to get up so they can hit snooze like 12 times because they have some kind of mental disorder that they're fucking oblivious. And then you ask them like, dude, what the fuck? And they're like, what? I don't get it.
And they're fucking late to watch anyways.
Yeah.
They still got someone coming down to their rack to wake them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all work together, and like, I guess with the exception of Adam, like you had your own aisle that you guys slept in, but Drew, Josh, Andy, and myself slept in the same aisle as everybody else we worked with, very close proximity all the time. So there was really no. We slept next to each other. We slept like that for what, like 2 years or something, a year and a half.
Yeah.
I feel like CF had a good system. We would. I don't remember really having to set an alarm, man. I would think wake up call. We would spend, we would come down last because you're getting relieved 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
We'll go down there, 30 minutes, be like, yo, dude, you got to get up, man.
Yeah, I think that when the alarms and stuff were going on, it was like, duty days or someone that's not on duty.
Right. Maybe you're there alone.
Or something.
That's your division,
underway, especially like on a 6 month where you are in a routine where you're standing watch, you're 6 hours on, 18 off, or whatever your schedule is. But I'd go down and wake up Alex, or Drew would go down and wake up Josh. I believe they were on the same watch team or something.
It's your relief. It's your relief.
I was on the same watch team as Drew. So I mean, like Brent would come down and wake me up. and then Drew and I would get up because we'd go to watch at the same time.
Yeah,
So
you kind of looked out for each other, and especially in the morning, everyone's getting up at the same time.
Yeah.
There's reveille, so the fucking whistles blowing everywhere. People, the birthing lights are on, so you can't really help but wake up. But you always look out for each other, especially when you have an aisle of like all your buddies. And we didn't sleep next to each other, Joe. Come on, we were on top
there's
of
one bed with 8 pillows.
Slept.
I do want to bring up, when you're out to sea, there are different rules, and the fucking dickhead that switches on the lights at reveille,
No, like immediate, like the minute it
like,
goes.
and they're fucking switching on all like, fuck you all the way to hell, dude.
Or you'd wake up at reveille, you could hear the guy that's like laughing, flicking the lights on, and then running out of there, like
he's
on his way out, like "fuck you, dudes!" Click.
Yeah,
I remember there was a time I don't even think we turned the lights on in our aisle. Like it would be on for like birthing inspection.
yeah.
And then as soon as that was over with, like 11:05, click, back off.
That's because we were we were all staying to watch. We were all 24 hours to watch. So,
but like, yeah, that's such a dick move. Like I said, underway there's different rules, and like you let your shipmates sleep whenever they find sleep.
I know
Well,
the only
it's like,
time
you have a
the only
system,
times
like-
I ever got relieved late was from other divisions.
Yeah.
Like we were in port doing stupid watches, and I would get relieved by like if I got relieved, it would totally be from some other division, not combat systems at all.
No. Well, plus, like underway and watch teams and everything, like everybody's there. So, like, like I'm either a person that wakes up to my alarm, or I need somebody to come wake me up because, like, I could set whatever alarm, hit snooze a dozen times. Like, I'm not getting up because I just don't like I want to. But if somebody comes and gets me, whether they have to like physically yank me out of my rack or like just come by and like wake me up and make sure I'm like up, like coherent, and acknowledge that you have woken me up for watch, that I will be there. Like, what works for you. Like, don't be a fucking dick.
Are you up? And you have to enunciate yes. You can't just mumble. Joe, you want to pick the next one?
Yeah, let's see here. I will just go with let's go going back and going back to.
Yeah, these are like they're two different topics, but they're related. So
should I not have said that?
No, it's fine. I'm grouping them together. We'll go with number 1 first.
Shit.
Got a paragraph to read, dude.
The other one's longer. You want to read that real quick, Joe?
Looking to go back active, as it's titled. Help requested. So I'm currently in the reserves. I'm looking to go back to active duty or even TAR. I know it's the Navy, but I don't want to go to a ship. Is it TAR or TAR? I don't know.
Temporary active reserve. My brother did that shit in the Navy, dude. That's what he said. He did his whole career. Never saw a ship.
Nice.
He did temporary. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, or even going to temporary active reserve. I know it's the Navy, but I don't want to go to a ship. What rates are pretty much all shore duty or have the option of kind of permanent shore duty? I'm a GSM, so we have LCAC orders that are similar, but I wouldn't want to live in Cali or the Norfolk area. If I could get RDC recruiting orders, is that something I could do until retirement, or would I eventually need to go back to sea duty? In parentheses, I want to try RDC.
So
I hope this guy just got obliterated online.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so you could kind of, you guys get why I picked this one, and
right.
Because of the ridiculousness, right? We can all agree that this is some beggars can't be choosers type shit, right?
Well,
if you're in a spot in your life,
you're kind of stuck in that rate. You're just kind of like being the FC. You're going to be seagoing.
Like let's break this down from the beginning, and I want to start with. I know it's the Navy, but I don't want to go to a ship.
Well,
I swear to God, my brother spent 4 years in the temporary active reserves and never saw a ship.
Right, that's 4 years though. Like, I feel like this guy did like an enlistment, and I was like, I figure I could do 20 years if I could just keep doing nothing.
Yeah. Like,
Well, yeah,
hey,
no, anybody could if
I
they
know
guess
could do
what?
something.
but
guess what, pal?
Yeah.
But his rate guarantees him a shift.
Exactly.
What else would you do with this idiot?
I mean, he don't have the experience to teach. Does he have the experience to teach classes?
Probably not.
But like, he's like completely missing the point
Yeah.
of going active duty in the United States Navy, right? He's like completely missing it.
And we also know that RDCs are the best and the brightest in the Navy. We've been told that they are the super sailors. They're right above A school teachers. So, and this guy just thinks he's going to
SEALs. Yeah.
But
let's move on to the. Okay, go for it. Finish it.
But I mean, he would never like what the Navy would never say. Yeah, sure, come back, and also we're going to have you teach brand new sailors.
Yeah,
like right out of the gate.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me just say, can I, dude,
tear it up.
in the Army, you want permanent shore duty, join the fucking Army. Don't be in the Navy anymore, dude. Fucking come on, get out of here.
like yeah, and that brings what rates are pretty much all shore duty or have the option of some kind of permanent shore duty. It's called the Army.
Yeah.
A trumpet player?
You could.
Well,
MU
is that
somewhat? Yeah, MUs.
is RDC duty? That's a temporary duty. You don't get to stay there.
No, it's like it's a billet like any it's
Right.
a short duty billet like anything else.
So up to this point, the guy wants to go back in the United States Navy, and he doesn't want to go on a ship. He wants permanent shore duty orders, and then he doesn't want to live in Kelly or Norfolk, where the two biggest Navy bases are located. Don't go active duty. It's my final piece of advice. And then
That's like somebody's wish list.
yeah. And then this is part similar. So I wanted to come back. So say I want to come back. Got out a few months ago after more than a decade straight of sea time. Didn't hit it until the last tour when we got fucked with a yard period from hell. Landed a job that pays very well, but I'm miserable. But I'm as miserable as I was while I was active duty, just with less purpose. I don't fit in here. Can prior enlisted get their rate pay grade back? I'm not in danger of being let go. I just missed the Navy, I suppose.
Depends on how long you've been out. I mean, like, if you haven't been out,
well,
you got a few months ago, you should be able to go back in. Like, yeah.
I didn't choose this one specifically to answer the question, but I just want to see, can you guys relate to the like?
I can relate. I can relate right to the awkwardness of going in the civilian world. I personally think this is a person that's having a hard time transitioning out of the Navy into the civilian world. I know it sounds kind of crazy and maybe it sounds silly or not manly, but I really feel like this is a person that's struggling trying to transition.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. I struggled to transition out of that mindset, that motivation, that anyways, I struggled to transition out of the Navy. And I think this is the same thing. I mean, especially having only being a few months and having a good job.
Yeah.
I know you feel like you have less purpose, but you got to find that purpose.
Yeah, you got to find the purpose
outside of it. I mean, unless you just really want to go back to active duty. I mean, if you wanted to stay, you would have stayed. He got out for a reason. That person got out for a reason.
The yard period from hell is an anomaly. He shouldn't have, if that was a.
Is it though? I mean, like, I feel like the yards were not fun. It sucked.
But
And then like you look at what happened.
What was
on
the one that was in the yard
carrier.
a few months ago that had all the problems? The guys committing suicide.
Yeah, as a carrier.
Was it it wasn't the George
Washington?
Washington, was it?
Washington or
TR, I
Reagan or something.
I think it was a TR, the Roosevelt, right?
Maybe he may have been part of that situation.
But well, I just want to say that the yard period sucks, but it shouldn't dictate whether you're
True.
going to re-enlist or get out of the Navy. What I want to ask you guys is, like, on a scale of 1 to 100, did you guys ever think about going back active duty?
I mean, no, but there's a lot of different reasons right there.
You know, I got
Yeah.
My situation was unique.
a
Like,
story.
Say everything being equal, and they'll give you could go back and enlist at the same rate, pay grade,
Want to
etc.
go back now?
No, what's the closest you've got to thinking about going back active duty?
Oh shit! No.
Um,
I got some bad habits. I don't think I could go to active duty anymore.
I'll tell you what, if they keep pushing this fucking age limit back, shit, I may come in there. It's like 50 years old. They don't expect much out of a 50-year-old sailor with 14 years left on his career. I'll be 64 coming out of that thing.
I met a Marine about 2 years ago at Willis, and he was doing IT. He was enlisted, and he went back in and then as an officer, and he did the thing. He's like 30 something, 34 or something like that.
Youngster.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like, damn, dude, that's crazy. But I don't know. I
the
enjoyed
only
my
time I think about it
time.
is when I'm like, I'd be retired now. That's about it.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say on a scale from 0 to 100, like how close I ever got to thinking about or wanting to go back in would be like 7. Like not I got out for a reason, and like I support that reason, and I'm glad, but I would like to address the question before that, the going back too.
Yeah.
Was like, this sounds like transition stress, like 100%, and if I was to give advice to anyone, I think it would be to try and find something that's like you still serving, like giving back.
Yeah.
I think that
And that's
kind of
why,
like helps.
exactly, Drew. And I think that's why I
public
chose
service.
education
Yeah.
as my career, because I was still wanted to have a purpose, I guess you could say. I still wanted to be able to give back. And so, yeah,
People, especially veterans, I don't think realize that, like, you're so used to having a purpose, you need purpose. That's a big thing. I think finding purpose.
It absolutely is.
Especially going from something like military service and everything, where it's very kind of the purpose is like front page kind of thing. It's there, it's obvious, even on like the days when you feel like, what am I doing here running these fucking GQs at 1600 on a Friday? But you still know what's going on.
And I will say that, like, maybe the purpose isn't in your job, but like maybe one of your hobbies should provide you some sort of purpose, and your job is just putting food on the table and paying your rent. But if your job doesn't provide purpose, get a hobby that gives you purpose. Josh is gone. Do you guys want to do 2 duty days or meal prepping?
A meal prep's normally pretty fun. Probably like a rate your plate kind of thing or something.
No.
I was thinking about that episode we did with those.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Josh, you want to read? We picked for you. Do you want to read this?
Oh man, here we go.
Oh no.
Whole reading. That says eating at the gallery with BAS. Says a good idea or not. I'm currently on a tight budget, and honestly, I don't mind gallery food. Would it be easier on my wallet to just go to the galley and pay the difference or spend my time cooking meal prepping. Have any of you done the same?
Joe, I want to get your reaction because I feel like out of all of us, this is something up your alley.
Okay, so I guess I'm not. Maybe I've been out for too long. I don't understand. So he has the basic allowance for what does he has? Survival. I don't know what that. I can't remember what that is, but apparently this is. He's getting a stipend for food, and not just be eating on the galley. I'm sure this is a base of some sort. This is a command. They say that's not a ship. Pay the difference. How would they even know? I used to get a little bit of kickback for when I was in a guard duty thing, and I always got the fucking lunch that they offered. They told us not to a bunch of times, and I never stopped. But
you have to like swipe your card or something. Like
I guess maybe there's
like
a smart card thing where they just make sure you're not getting the allowance.
Well, no, I don't know. I mean, like, when we were Dahlgren, you just signed in or whatever kind of thing. If you were living in the barracks, and like if you lived on base and everything, like they just, as long as you were on the roster or something or whatever, however they did it. Like,
was that how that went?
I feel like it. And then
like I know, like when I was on the ship and I would go to like Dam Neck for training, and we had at the galley, we had to pay.
Right, because we had BAS
because we're getting BAS.
Yeah, but like,
how would they know?
Everybody gets BAS. Like, we'd only get like.
Remember, they would use that little card that we
30,
had,
40 bucks or whatever to basically cover the weekend meals and stuff when you're not like in port and all that. That's why you get a little bit more BAS on like months you took leave because like you weren't able to like redeem your shipboard galley meals.
But you guys are concerned with the wrong thing. Here's the issue at hand.
Yeah.
Let's just take what he says as truth.
Okay.
I don't know what the difference would be, so I think it could be depending on how that works out. Because I mean, depending on your base, like some of the galleys are pretty good. I mean, like Dam Neck's a damn good galley. Dahlgren was a good galley. Norfolk was kind of hit miss.
I say eat at the galley. Like if I could do it all over again, I would probably eat at the galley a lot more.
Galley for sure. Just go to and look, if you want to be healthy, okay. Meal prep your ass off. I don't care.
You could eat healthy at the galley.
Yeah, you could totally eat healthy at the galley.
Not when Miss Pearl's making fucking burgers.
You don't get that hookup, son. You know, so he needs to go right to. It's not good for the heart.
You know, yeah, go to the galley. Galley's good. Galley's good food.
Yeah, do the galley. Just, you're already like complaining about the money. I mean, meal prepping, you're going to spend a lot more money up front, I think, to meal prep. Although I've never meal prepped, but, just do the galley, man. It's just easier.
Especially if you don't have like the Tupperware and shit ready to go. Just do the galley. It's going to be fine. The food's going to be good. And yeah, you don't have to think about it, right?
Yeah, and you can always go back for seconds.
Yeah.
The galley's an all-you-can-eat smorgasbord, man.
When we were living on base, like for training or whatever, could you take home? Like, did they have take-home containers? Do you guys remember?
No, I don't think so. No, the best you could do is like the bag lunch if you missed the meal because you were on watch.
Yeah, there's no like doggy bags or anything.
Yeah.
That would have been the shit, though.
They wouldn't take it back to the barracks because it caused bugs and roaches and animals and.
All right, and now for the last topic. It's called two duty days, and I'll do my best to read this.
Oh, you just pulled one from each. I thought it was like you had a couple.
No, it's just one from each. 2 consecutive duty days. How is this even legal? I have regular duty this coming Friday, December 15, and palm duty starts the following Saturday, December 16. I checked the palm wash bill only to find out that I have duty again on the 16th. I'm upset is an understatement. I went to talk to my chain about it, only for them to tell me that there's nothing they can do about it now because it's already approved by the CO. The palm duty section, I'm assuming. I'm expected to do 24 hours worth of watch between those 2 days because I'm an engineer and we stand 2 watches per duty day. How is this even legal? If I go to our XO or CO, then they say I jumped the chain after they failed to do anything. Is this something normal because I am the only one on the entire watch bill that this is happening to? I have never heard of anyone standing 2 back-to-back duty days. What do I do?
What?
Well,
Right off the bat, I'm just gonna start off with like you have to suck it up, right?
Yeah.
maybe.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so this sounds like it should be like this kid's. And I say kid because there's a lot of stuff here that makes me think that this is a child, or at least an 18-year-old, 19-year-old.
Well, the only thing I want to say about that is like a fresh boot isn't going to be standing 2 engineering duty watches right off the bat.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. We're standing 2 sounding securities.
And if that's the case, then this guy could fuck off. But we'll.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to make the robes and everything. I mean, it's not great.
What-
But
Where do people like? It's so weird to me that people get this like, and this is like just people in general, like this like weird sense of entitlement that you like. What did you think was going to happen in the military in general? Did you think that it was going to be treated like a regular like office party? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get that. And then I take kind of a step back from that thought and I say to myself, wait a second, this is the fucking internet. Everybody has it. Everybody has an opinion. And for some reason, a large portion of the population thinks they have to post that somewhere to get some sort of weird validation. So that I mean, that's odd to me there. But 2 duty days in a row, man, geez. Remember when that hurricane came and those guys had to stay like 3 duty days in a row? or I mean, anytime when you go on the palm duty, you know, when you're in 3-section duty, you know, I mean, sometimes duty falls really, really rough on you. And that's all there is to it. Just hope that it doesn't happen the next time.
Yeah.
Because it can.
I want to say that this is a completely plausible scenario, if not probable.
Well, I'll tell you, whining about it ain't gonna hurt. It ain't gonna help you. I tell you that much. I can't believe he went to the CO and the XO and all this other crazy stuff about
He
it.
hasn't gone yet. He's thought about it.
Yeah.
As if that fucking old man wants you to walk up there and be like, "Excuse me, Skipper."
open door policy, right?
Oh yeah, I remember when you checked on board. So yeah, there's this like duty day thing. And he's like, "Dude, get the fuck out of my face." I've got $1 billion warship here, and I've got Seaman Chucklestain telling me he's got to stay in 2 watches. I don't stay in any. Bye.
Well, I got one for you. It's a risky move. It's not necessarily going to work, but if you play your cards right, it could work. This is what you do.
Okay.
You go UA for like a year. In that year, aside from everybody knowing where you're at, you also get involved into a local franchise pizza parlor bar franchise. You invest in that, eventually become a partner and open up several more stores, and your life turns out pretty good. It's a risky move, Well, you could do it because it's been done.
I've heard tales.
I just want to tell this dude, like, hold off on going to the XNCO until you run into the scenario where you have duty, you go out to sea for a couple days, and then you come back on your duty day.
Right, yeah.
Oh man.
Right. Those are the best.
Yeah, it does suck.
They're gonna laugh you out of the office if you go up there. I'm just telling you that right now. Don't even approach your XO and CO about it.
Yeah, plus you would go to your CMC first, probably.
You just have to suck it up, you know.
Yeah,
and
it's just
first of all, you're on like stand down, right? So this is holiday stand down. You're basically half the ship is gone. You ain't doing shit when it's not duty day stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna be busting your ass for anything because no one wants to do shit. So like just suck it up and then just get on, man. And then when it's your turn to go on your leave for however many weeks or whatever the hell it is, enjoy it, you know? Because someone else is going to be standing a back-to-back duty day or having fucking 24 hours of watch, and you ain't going to be boohooing crying for them. So, you know, you join the military. Sorry. And also choose your rate, choose your fate, you know, like it's, come on.
Especially on that first group, like, you know, everybody's like, oh, we'll just leave it for the other guys to do it on the
24 hours of watch and 48 hours is 12 hours a day.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Good deal. Hell, I did that as a teacher. Shit.
Like, you know, just to break the fourth wall a little bit, this guy posted this thing because he bitched in his division internally within his division, and they all told him to fuck off too, right? That's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Like he went to his chief, was like, oh man. Like, well, those are the breaks.
I see Joe just seething in like irritation right now.
Like it is just dry. It just, I mean, I keep reading like just parts of it over again. I'm like, I can't believe that this.
Out of all.
And the worst thing is he's saying it's in front of like other people that are like not just on the internet. I mean, like, he obviously went to his immediate chain of command.
He
like,
ran by his
like
friends, yeah.
At like morning muster or something. He's talking about this, and there's got to be like everyone else is like, what the
yeah,
dude, shut the hell up. I guarantee, and I can, if I could put a face on this, I got like 3 or 4 faces that I know that would be this type of person that would do this, and they're Navy faces.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, dude. The 99% of the things that the Navy does is legal. Because they have lawyers, and don't they have like a whole lawyer NCIS thing or something?
Every
also,
time
they own you.
Every time they mention the word legal in any of these things, it makes me laugh because there's no such thing as rights when you're in the military.
No, they've been using slave labor.
You're defending the rights, but you don't have the rights.
It's not even that bad. I bet I would be willing to bet if you went to your maybe you're like, work center supervisor or something. It's like, yo, man, they maybe on the back end will not make you work a full day or something. Like, hey, man, we come back off a pump, take that fucking Tuesday off.
Yeah,
I'll cover for you. I'll say you had a dental appointment or something. Just get on. You'd figure that somebody
true,
within
man.
your
if you people would sympathize with you. If they knew you were standing double duty, they'd be like, yeah, when it would come back, take the day off, man. No big, take the half the day off or whatever.
Yeah, we'll let you go at like fucking noon or something. Just wear a uniform and take this trash bag full of your civilian clothes and, get on out of here. And, but I have a feeling that the individual, like this is probably a chronic, complainer about, again, I understand that earlier I said I complained about everything, but I mean,
well, let me put it this way.
I bitch to bitch.
Let me put it this way: is that like if that was me in his shoes, I would absolutely be bitching about this exact scenario to you guys, but that's as far as it'd go. You still have to suck it up.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
this circles back to going back and going back to, and is why you don't fucking go back into the Navy or the military. you remember that time where you had back-to-back duty and 24 hours of fucking watch, and you're like, I'm good. I'm gonna sit here in this desk job
and make pretty good money, and then
Yeah.
go sleep in my bed tonight.
Yeah, not have to shave or fucking listen to some asshole tell me what to do. That's, probably dumber than me.
That's funny. Yeah, that's all I have for tonight, for you guys tonight. But I do want to circle back to the question at the beginning. I asked you guys, maybe if you weren't in the Navy, but if you could ask Santa Claus for something within that you've grown accustomed to or like, and you could maybe, if not, you're not in the Navy now, but take it back with you in the past to make your Navy life better. What would you ask Santa for? Does anybody have anything right off the bat?
I do.
Let's hear it.
I said the Nintendo Switch. It's pretty cool. It's
that would have
handheld
been
too.
badass on deployment, dude.
We had the
Yeah.
PSP back in the day.
Yeah, there was the PSP back in the day. That is for sure. But yeah, I mean, well, I couldn't say, iPod again.
I could totally see myself bringing my Switch to the combat and playing that on the console. Like in my lap, like
You would be destroyed.
You would be immediately murdered. They would execute you on the spot for dereliction of duty.
Thank God they didn't have shit like that when we were in, dude.
I would take like my comfort a lot more serious. Like whatever fucking foam pillows and shit that they got nowadays, I would love to have back in the Navy. Like I actually I think just being a cheap ass, I didn't even get like good pillows or anything back in the day.
Yeah.
But now if I could ask for something, yeah, no, that was completely gross. I would get like fucking nice pillows and sheets, and I would do that. I would take my comfort a lot more serious.
Treat yourself. If you're gonna be spending so much time on that ship, 6 months straight, do something nice for yourself. A nice pillow, a nice blanket, comfortable sheets. You still have to, make your bed, and sometimes they get all, stickler about the fucking military issue pillow and all that nonsense. But, you can really make your rack your own for the most part.
Probably somebody brought like an air mattress in and just threw the mattress away and brought an air mattress in and stuff on that thing.
Something like,
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I mean, like maybe get yourself a bathrobe to walk to and from the shower.
No, I don't suggest that. That's bad. Take your towel, put it around your neck.
Then Josh is
actually stop by and talk to your friends on the way.
They have a chat.
Yeah, and on the way to the shower.
Podcast equipment.
We're here live.
Like
war zone.
Is there a lot of
record a podcast over deployment, like that whole time you're on it, and then you release the episode? You'd have all this episodes banked,
backlog,
and then you release them afterwards, because then it's not like OPSEC or nothing else. Like it's all stuff that already happened. So it's
right.
I'd be having fucking those weird ass IC-man editing and fucking
got them all doing work.
How about you guys? You guys got anything?
I do. I got I think if I was in now, I'm gonna be kind of cheesy here, but I have a wife and a kid. I think that I would ask for more time with them, especially around the holidays, because when you do go down to like, your 3-section duty, you are away from home a lot more. Or even sometimes you're just on deployment for the holidays, and I was lucky enough I didn't have a child when I was in, but I know people that did, and they missed out on a lot of those experiences. So, that's what I would kind of look for or ask for. That and like a vape pen.
A vape pen.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you could just like smoke anywhere on the ship. Come on.
Oh man, dude, can you imagine these days with all the vapes and stuff?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, I bet when those things first came out, dude, that it was just like a fucking
You know what? I
hipster's
wish
Imagine nobody's
paradise.
on the smoke deck anymore. Everybody's
I know.
inside vaping.
I wish you
in their
guys had vape
compartments and
pens
stuff.
because we owned the smoke break and we had to clean that bitch out, and it was fucking dirty. Just to go on a little tangent, we had to clean the smoke break, and I thought it was ridiculous because we could absolutely identify who was making that smoke break dirty. It's all the fucking smokers. The smokers should be responsible for cleaning the smoke break.
All
Oh,
your
why don't you take it
friends.
up to your XO and CO?
I probably fucking. That's Congress level, congressman level bitching. I also want to say that I slept under my LPO. Shout out FC1 Haney. You get a Dremel and I would cut a TV size, because TVs are so slim these days. I would cut into his rack, take up some of his storage, and mount like a flat screen TV.
Well, you have to get it. You have to get that cord checked out by the EMs.
Yeah, I gotta get a
So that's the
safety
tricky
tagged.
part. Yeah. That's the only trick there.
Awesome. Well, that was a
Looks
fun.
like they have TVs or something. Don't they have like little screens or something in their racks, like these new fancy ones?
I hope not. I'll
I
probably.
think some of them do have some kind of like. I remember they had those like setup racks
The
where you
setup
could like
racks,
set
yeah,
up
yeah.
in them. You know what I mean?
So
What?
Like an L shape.
Yeah, they were like a regular rack, but then they had like this L shape thing where you can like kind of set up in it. I don't know.
Can't even picture it, man.
I can pull some shit up on the internets if you
I think
want to
you should
see
do
it for
that.
sure.
Because we have
God
no idea
damn
what
it.
you're talking about.
Here, let's shit. God damn it, shit.
Like I'm picturing.
Anyways, hey, the new Navy recruiting the Navy recruiting motto is "Forged by the Sea."
That's been it for a while.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
been for a while. So mine was "Let the Journey Begin" when I
Oh
joined.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still was waiting for the journey to begin when I was in the Navy. So I don't know what was that. That was a false advertising there.
It was a 6-year journey.
yeah.
From
Well,
the
we were
beginning.
always looking for the real Navy, but we never found it. I think that was the other part of it.
You know how it works. Doesn't show up to the end.
Yeah.
That was the real Navy. It always has been.
It always has been. Oh shit!
You've been in the real Navy this whole time.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That might be a T-shirt.
Edit that out of this so nobody steals that idea.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write it
exactly.
down.
That fucking actually blew my mind right now. It always has been.
That's the real Navy?
That's so.
I think we need to do an unrep T-shirt, something for unrep. Like as much as all of us, we were all on unrep, weren't we? At one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of my best times were on an unwrap.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. I made that up.
It's fucking terrible.
Some of them are all right.
Yeah, they weren't all bad. One time I saw Goodman.
Well, you're not thinking about the winter time unwraps and fucking.
Y'all ever tell people
13
about
foot
like
seat.
unwrap? You ever tell like civilians about unwrap, and they're just like, "Holy shit!" And you're like, "It's really not that big of a deal." It was kind of shitty, actually. It was
They're like, what the fuck? You pulled across a gas line
Yeah,
and refueled your ship while going fucking
holy shit.
15
I remember
knots?
the best response I ever told somebody of like refueling at sea was like, I feel like it's a bunch of sailors like holding a giant gas pump trying to get the perfect pump, trying to top up that tank just right.
Yeah.
Like that's a t-shirt. Just that giant people squeezing out big ass handle.
Now it would happen where like the forward or the aft line, like it wouldn't connect or whatever, so they had to do all the fueling on one line, and that extended the unwrap a couple.
Yeah, or or they have to you'd have to back it out, and then they'd pull it back with 15 feet, and then we'd have to fucking
slam it back.
run and really try and fucking slam it home if the probe didn't see. Yeah.
Slam it home. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we could get into beer reviews unless you guys want to bring up anything else.
I think it was good.
No, man, I think we've hit it all. I think we've hit it all. I'm liking this grabbing random shit off of Reddit. Yeah. It's almost like they're doing the work for us. And then we're just like commenting on it.
The mentality of the Navy has changed. This is what they call the millennials, right? I mean, they complain about
exactly the same.
It's like you forget that you joined the military, man. Like the government owns your ass,
and we were the furthest thing from hardcore military, historical. And when I say we, I mean the five of us.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could.
I'm trying.
I guess I speak for myself here. I wasn't a very good sailor. I did good work. I think I wasn't the smartest guy in my division. I was probably the dumbest.
I was a better pilot.
But
you weren't
I showed up. Dude. I showed up every day. I of course I complained, but the job got done and got done very well.
Yeah.
And I have a decent enough personality where it wasn't that hard to I guess kind of fit in.
I wasn't the guy, I also wasn't that guy.
Right. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be shitting all over these kids or something, but I mean, damn, dude, you got to have a little bit of, I'm going to the CO.
Look,
right.
The way,
you got to have a little bit of grit.
We read some of these.
Some grit, guys. You got to have some grit.
I'm not going to lie. I read some of these posts and I totally relate to them. I've probably been in these situations before, but I didn't. I just bitched to you guys, and that's where it ended.
Yeah. If my fucking if the CO walked by and heard me say man, fuck this, then that was, I guess, something I had to deal with.
Yeah.
But of course he never did, because why the fuck would he be walking around where I'm at? He's not hanging out in Berthing 3, digging through somebody's rack, trading shampoos. I don't know, man. I couldn't imagine. Yeah, in fact, you know what? I think I'm at a level 95. I wanted to go back in. I'd like to go back in as a 41-year-old male, as a second class fire controlman, and then I will infiltrate people that are at the they're probably, I'm assuming, 23, 24-year-olds, and I'll infiltrate.
Could you imagine me going as a 42-year-old E3? Dude, working E4, parties, dude. God, my back hurts. My back hurts, man. I gotta take a break.
Well, we can't put fucking Seaman DeCavil on unwrap. Motherfucker will throw his hip out again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's E4, not E40 and below, so we're good to go.
PRT time comes around.
They'd have to promote me before I
sit up.
They'd have to promote me before I'd rejoin, just so I wouldn't get into the working parties or something like that.
Yeah.
We gotta promote.
Can you sit up? Yeah. All right, then you pass, man. Can you get out of the bed? All right,
you're old enough to qualify for. Oh, it's just a question. It's not even a mile and a half.
Can you sit up?
Are you breathing? Yes. All right, you're good enough, man.
Oh man. Well, I'll kick off the beer review.
Babysit young sailors. Yes. I'm good.
Potentially. I'll kick off the beer review, you guys. Once again, I had from Dystopian State Brewing out of Tacoma, Washington, the Hierophant 5% ABV, and I'm not gonna give it the greatest review. I got very like the very first swig was very medicinal, and man, it got very metallic at the end. Like if you're drinking like an old Coors or a Steel Reserve, like it had that metallic taste at the end. It's a pint can, so as I got down to the bottom, it got easier to drink. But I'm not the biggest fan of this beer, so I might give it my first 2.5. We do out of 5. Yeah, we do out of 5, right? Yeah, 2.5 is my rating. Andy, why don't you remind everybody what you're drinking and give us your review?
Yeah, I am drinking the Yingling Golden Pills. Made and brewed or whatever, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. And I'm going to see if I can pull up the ABV off my Untapped check-in here. Not hitting me at the moment, but it might be. It's 4.7 ABV, so pretty light. It is lighter than a regular Yingling, which is sometimes nice. But it's very average. It doesn't really stand out. It's not bad. It's a like poster child 3.0 beer, it's right in the middle, not good, not bad, drinkable. It was on sale, so yeah.
Drew? Oh, you're not drinking anything. How was your water?
Fantastic. It's nice and filtered. Pretty cool. I'm not drinking or using ice, so it's good, man.
Yeah, Florida has pretty good water.
When you filter it, I guess. I don't know.
You filtered it there at the house?
Yeah, I mean it's in out of my refrigerator.
Oh, damn.
So,
Quit getting into our beer review time, Drew. Nobody cares.
Sorry, my bad.
Fucking water.
But the cup is bitching that, so
Joe.
I'm not going to get too much into the details about this beer because, first off, I'm drinking the Yingling Hershey's Chocolate Porter. Like I said, I'm not going to get too much of the details about it because Josh is drinking the same exact thing I am, and he loves to talk about that stuff.
drank it last year.
So I'm just going to jump right into it. It is chocolatey. That's kind of cool. It's pretty smooth. Also kind of cool. Unfortunately, I don't think it's really for me. It's just I just like the taste of regular shitty beer better. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with a 3. I'm probably not even taking this to a party, to be honest with you. It's good. I don't want to shit all over somebody's, favorite beer or something being Yingling and chocolate and all that stuff. But like I said, I like my beer to taste a little bit more like beer than like Yoo-hoo with beer in it.
Yeah, it can come off that way at times.
Yeah. And I generally like porters. I like the full body bang of a porter.
Malty.
It's very niche.
Yeah, but this one just isn't doing for me what others have in the past.
Yeah.
My palate like completely changes in the seasons. Like in the colder weather, I like porters and stuff like that, and then in the summertime, I like pilsners and IPAs and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a psychological thing or if I'm just making shit up.
I think it's probably just like American, just like capitalism banging you over the head or something. Like, it's like you're just hit with all this stuff, and then eventually you start to think that like I have to wear flannel on October 1st and drink, a pumpkin beer or something. It's like as soon as fall hits,
In the
as soon-
summertime, I have to drink a Corona on the beach.
Yeah, you gotta grab your land sharks, and it's not you. You're just just getting beat over the head, and you don't even realize you're getting beat over the head.
No, I guess not.
Yeah, but I mean, I also think in places where you have seasons, in states where you actually get to experience seasons, it's such a chili tastes good. Does chili taste good in Florida? I don't know. I mean, because I mean, like in July, chili's not very good, and chili's probably better in like November, December, January, February. And I haven't spent enough time in Florida to know if I think that like a big old pot full of chili tastes good in December in Florida. I don't know.
I don't know about Florida, but Texas. I mean, down here where I live, we can experience all 4 seasons in 1 week. It's pretty crazy down here, man.
Well, Josh, give us your review. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. I was drinking the same thing that Joe was drinking. I was trying to get something a little different. Yingling's in Pennsylvania. Hershey Chocolate's in Pennsylvania. So, well, ironically, they teamed up and became and brewed a Yingling Hershey chocolate porter. I like it. It's good. I was real surprised. I was expecting like more like a thicker bodied beer, but it's very drinkable for sure. It's only got 20 IBUs and it's only 4.7% ABV. So you can probably drink a whole 6-pack and still be okay. I don't know. I enjoyed it. Let's see. But out of all the beers, I don't know. I really do like it. I was really surprised with it. I'm going to go with a 3.5.
Ooh. And that brings us into our Fireside Chat. Fireside Chat is just 2 minutes of free talk, unrelated to the podcast. And I'll kick it off with I just want to mention the homie Danny Lopez has been doing YouTube stuff lately, reaction videos to Army stuff. It's pretty entertaining and it's pretty good. He goes on, it's only on YouTube, and he goes under D-Lo the Vet Bro. It's pretty cool. Yeah, check out the On the Gun Live podcast and the On the Gun Live podcast on YouTube for his Vet Bro reactions. I think they're pretty entertaining, and he's really good at them. But that's the only thing I wanted to bring up. Andy, go for it, dude.
Yeah. Oh man. Been busy. It feels like it has been a minute since I've done one of these. There's been so much improv going on. Excited to announce, amongst other things, as we record this coming weekend is the December monthly Pushing Dragons production. And with that, me and my buddies took the brainchild from one of the sketches we did a few months back, and we're turning it into the official post show and podcast production. It's called Bard Talk. I'll announce when I drop it, but it's essentially we'll do kind of like a Talking Dead like post show kind of recap and interview with some of the crew or cast members, so to speak, and all that kind of stuff. It should be pretty interesting. I'm sure it'll also get filmed, though I know our video guy is rather behind with getting like videos up because it's all like a passion project kind of work. So he has like the footage, but it's like it'd be a matter of getting everything edited. So, but I'll let you guys know when the audio drops. Aside from that, this weekend I'll also be finally starting my first student for Guitars for Vets program going. So again, if you're a veteran out there dealing with primarily for like vets dealing with like PTSD and stuff like that, like learning an instrument, namely guitar, as like a coping mechanism therapy kind of thing, 10 free, you get 10 lessons, and then after the 10th one, you complete them all, you get a guitar out the deal.
Oh, cool.
I think it's a good program. There's chapters kind of around. I don't know how spread out it is, but like, go to like the Facebook page and at least, give it a follow, see if there's a chapter in your area or something, or just support Guitars for Vets. Yeah, if you're in the Norfolk, Hampton Roads area, come on down to Push Comedy Theater. On the weekends, there's always good, fun improv shows of various types. Really improv, sketch comedy, stand up, different shows, different weekends, and all that kind of stuff. So come on down, check it out, or take a class. It's a good time, make some friends.
That's fucking awesome stuff. Drew, you got anything?
Yeah, take care of yourselves mentally, physically. Reach out if you need help. I'm here. I can, direct you in some resources. Kind of what I do for my job. I think what Andy's doing is great. Also, I think it, hits on what we talked about a little bit before with transition stress and finding your, your service, right? Finding that service. So, I'm doing something pretty cool also, and I would like to encourage other people to kind of do other stuff as well. But I'm doing Wreaths Across America this year. So on the 16th on Saturday, we're going to one of our local veteran cemeteries, and we're going to place wreaths on each of the graves of the veterans.
Awesome.
It's a super cool organization. You can donate a wreath, just like pay some money. You can also buy wreaths for other people. My wife got me a cool wreath. It has a cool Navy flag on it. But everything that you do pay and donate to them goes to making this happen. It is my dad does this as well. He works in the shipping industry. And he tells me that, all the trucks that deliver the wreaths are all done voluntarily. So they don't have to pay for anything. So, like I said, take care of yourselves mentally, physically. Go Dolphins.
Joe?
I'm not doing anything near that cool. I don't really have a whole lot of cool stuff to talk about, I guess, at all.
Come on, Joe. I know you're doing something. You're doing something impactful, man. Just think about it. You got it. You got it.
I have gone to the VFW and had some beers.
That's good.
So I'll tell you what, the VFW is kind of garbage.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't mean it in a bad way, I guess, but nobody really goes there. I don't know. Do you guys have VFWs that people go to in your neighborhood or whatever? That are packed or anything?
I don't know. I know. Storing goes to the VFW up by him fairly regularly.
What's he doing up there? Drinking beer and eating pizzas, or
probably something. I still
Frozen,
gotta
eating
go
frozen
visit him.
pizzas.
I'm way overdue to go see our buddy. But yeah, I mean, I know it's he took that up, and I know I'm around here. It's like every bar's the VFW, but if I were to relocate somewhere else, I'd probably join my VFW.
Yeah, I think that being in a VFW in your neck of the woods is a little different than being in where I'm at. Yeah, right. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
I guess it kind of depends. I mean, I feel like too, though, there's that generation gap too. A lot of the VFWs kind of stuff was the greatest generation. The people that were in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and all that stuff. That era of those people, and then we didn't have anything for a good while, and now it's starting to catch up maybe a little bit, the Desert Storm people, Iraqi Freedom Us, and those kind
we
of
should
things.
do that.
Those people are start coming around in time, but it's kind of I guess it depends on your community, and I guess too, it's different too when there was a draft, and some of these people weren't necessarily didn't really volunteer to get in. They were selected, but then they all kind of went through it together. And then there's a lot of like, everybody knew somebody that kind of went through, and like now that the world's so much more open in a sense of like people moving around, living in different communities and different states and stuff from where they grew up in, like you may not necessarily know how big or small your veteran community is where you grew up. So
Maybe, yep, that's what I'm gonna use my Fireside Chat on. Go join the VFW, or at least go into the VFW, have a couple of beers, go get a little weird in there, play some bingo. I know that the ones in my neighborhood
Shuffleboard,
have bingo in there. So, yep, do that, and also take care of yourselves.
Josh?
Man, you know what? I'll be trying to be a little deep tonight. That comment about that sailor, you felt like he was having a hard time transitioning. I think we all join the service looking for a purpose, and we're given that purpose when we join the service. And then we get out, we're like, well, what's our purpose? So, I think if you live in a big city and maybe you're like Andy and comedy and doing that type of stuff is your purpose, man, go ahead. You've got to find your purpose. That's what I'm just going here with this. I chose education. That's my purpose. There's a lot of jobs out there, a lot of careers, a lot of hobbies that are just give joy to people, to just give back to the community. Find that purpose. It doesn't have to be your job. It can be your hobby. But find that purpose, because that's what's going to keep you out of the military. And it's what's going to keep you from going back. And because you got out for a reason. And you just have to find that reason. So I guess that's my advice. I don't know if that's a little deep or too deep or not deep enough, but I could definitely sympathize with that in my first career out of the military. I really felt like I didn't have a purpose, so I can really sympathize with that feeling, and I can sympathize with that mindset. So find that purpose. There's a purpose out there for you. You could continue to serve outside of the military. I promise you can. So don't feel guilty that you got out of the military. You can continue to serve the community, continue to serve our nation outside of the military. So that's my Fireside Chat. All right.
Appreciate it. Good stuff, guys. Thanks everybody for listening. Catch us on all the socials. Look for the Sea Stories podcast. Like, subscribe, comment on all the stuff we put out there. We're interested in hearing what you guys think. Rate and review our podcast. It really helps get us out there. Does anybody got any last minutes?
Seaman on Film, don't forget, check that one out.
Check out our YouTube channel.
Some really good stuff on there. Next movie up is
what are we watching?
Judgment Night.
Judgment Night.
Judgment Night.
Estevez
And Cuba Gooding. Yeah, with all that being said, say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.